if you're one of those new gymnastic coaches, I don't know, less than 5 years, and you're still wondering why you're struggling on teaching back handsprings, round off connection, tumbling, multiple back handspring connections, front handsprings, I want to propose to you an idea. It's very simple. The fact is that a lot of you can teach the skill, but then getting mastery of the skill becomes the issue. You have all these different little things that start to show up that you're like, well, I need to fix these problems. That may not be the case. It might actually have more to do with the surface that you're teaching the skill on than the skill actually itself. So here's my proposition to you to help you find a smoother, easier transition into skill development. And that would be teach the skill on a trampoline. Teach it on a trampoline until it's a 9.9 or it's like an A+ quality. Get it on the trampoline. Once you got consistency on a trampoline and you're like, wow, this is 9.9 A+ quality execution the way I want it on a trampoline every single time. No funny business, no weirdness. You got it dialed in on that trampoline. Then you know the motor pathways have been developed. Then take it to a tumble track, a less bouncier surface. Start to see that there's little problems that are going to show up because the surface is a little stiffer, moves a little faster, so they're going to have to move a little faster. They're going to have to absorb higher impacts because it's less bouncy, less forgiving. And then as they fix those issues, they now know how. You know they know how because you already taught the 9.9 A+ quality back handspring on a trampoline. And so when you go to the tumble track and you see the problems, it's not a can they do it, can't they do it? It's more a they need exposure to the surface and time. They might need to get a little stronger, a little faster, but really if you just put in the numbers and the reps, over time, it'll develop back to looking like what it looks like on the trampoline. Once you get on the tumble track the way you want it to look, then you go to like an 8-incher on the tumble track or like a skill cushion on the floor or like a resi mat. A bouncier, softer, it kind of steals some of the jump away from them, and so they'll have to move faster. And then again, you go back to getting that back handspring to look the way you saw it look on the trampoline. And then you go from that, and then you take it to the floor. And honestly, I wouldn't teach single back handsprings on the floor. I think it's kind of a useless thing. It's not really beneficial. Yes, they need to be able to do a single back handspring, but if you're going to the floor, at that point, it's time for round off back handspring connections. I don't really like the impact loading on hard surfaces. I like to skip over things a little bit faster. That's my own personal preference. I'd rather teach the single back handsprings on 8-incher skill cushions, not on hard floors, because you're just slamming your feet into the ground for no reason. It serves no benefit to you to do that. So once you got the back handspring, in my opinion, on an 8-incher skill cushion, looking the way that you like it on a trampoline, they look the same, then start working connective tumbling. And at that point, you're going to the tumble track doing multiple back handspring connections. So there you have it. It's adjust the surfaces. You got undercutting problems, go to a trampoline, fix the undercutting problems on the trampoline. You got bent elbow problems, fix it on the trampoline. You got jumping issues, they're jumping up, go fix it on the trampoline. The trampoline is going to solve so many of the coaching cue problems because it allows the athlete to feel the correct movements without having to put in the effort. And so once they start feeling, oh, this is how the fall is supposed to feel, this is how the timing and the coordination of the arm swing and the jump is supposed to feel, this is the direction I'm supposed to be going, that when they start feeling that stuff, then you can start making it more effort-based, which is then making a surface more difficult to work with, which is what the floor or an 8-inch or a resi mat does, is it makes the surface more difficult to work with. The responsibility is now on the athlete, not on the surface. So master the skills on easy surfaces that assist you and make your life way easier. Master it, get it dialed in. Then adjust the surface. That's the pathway. That's the pathway to every single skill. Double backflips, learn them on a trampoline, then do them off a tumble track, then go to a floor. It's the same thing for everything. Get it on the trampoline, dial it in, or go to the tumble track, dial it in, and then take it to a harder surface. If you cannot get A+ quality work on a tumble track, you're not fixing it on the floor. It's just not going to happen. Not in a timeline that at least makes sense. You could sit there and be like, well, Raleigh, I've done it on the floor without using a tumble track. It's like, yeah, okay. So they did that like in the 1970s as well. But when you have a tool that you can use that makes your life easier, that decreases the impact loading on the body, that it decreases the amount of overuse injury problems and all the other stuff that comes along with just pounding your body into a hard surface. It's no different than just taking a hammer to your bones, essentially. It's like, get off that floor, go to a bouncy surface, master it on a bouncy surface, the motor skill, the pathways, all the little tiny nuances of timing and rhythm and energy movement, just all of it, get it figured out on an easier surface. That's my advice. 5 minutes of advice to you on if you're struggling with teaching skills and you don't know where to start. It's not in the hard, difficult drills on a hard floor. It's get on a trampoline, master it on a trampoline, go to a tumble track, then go to the floor or an 8-incher or a resi mat. That's what I have to say. Peace out. Bye.